Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, the days of futures past. If you know comic books, the Futures Past was a comic book for the X-Men. And it was pretty much showing you what the X-Men and stuff was going through from the future and how the past, if they can go back in the past, how it can change things. And I thought that perfectly incorporated or represented the point I was going to make today, or the topic I was going to speak on. And the topic I'm speaking on pretty much is Gus Edwards. Hear me out, just listen up. Everyone's been talking about JK. Will he be here next year? Will he be the same JK? Do we think the Ravens look to move away from him? Does he move to another team? Does he outprice himself in Baltimore? So I was sitting down and I was wondering, I was just like, we don't have one running back on our team. We have two. And the other side to that two-headed beast that we have is Gus the Bus Edwards. Now, if you've been watching this show from the beginning, everybody knows that Lamar Jackson is my favorite player. Everybody knows that. It is what it is. But out of my top five, Gus is in my top five. And I was sitting there and I was wondering, I was so happy when he signed his 3-year deal. I think it was for $12 million and change, like 12.1 or something like that. And I had read a story where he bought his parents a house. I was so happy for him because he represents hard work. That's what he represents. Hard work, nothing is given, everything is earned. And I can do nothing but respect that, right? But then when you look at this team and you're saying, okay, well, are they going to move out JK? Okay. They signed certain players, so they're going to have less of the salary cap to maneuver, okay? The position itself is being ultimately devalued across the entire NFL. And even if they get rid of JK, will they be able to pay Gus what he wants? And that's what I was coming at with this. Do we, everyone's talking about, do we move off of JK, whatever, but do we move off of Gus Edwards? Look, Gus, I feel like every time they put him in the passing game has been amazing. I think it's a part of his game that has not been touted a lot. It's not been accentuated a lot. But every time they've asked him to do it, he's been gangbusters, right? I even thought that he could have been our lead back. I was surprised when we got JK. I'm like, this is about to be the Gus show. And we went out and got JK, and JK was over Gus. But to me, Gus is, or has the potential to be, a number one back. So then it has to come down to the fact of, okay, if JK or anything happens to JK, Gus plays, they both play good, whatever, the offense does great. Will he be okay with a reduced role? Because remember, they're going to be throwing the ball more. So then that means they would have to incorporate him in the passing game, right? Okay. So then it's like, okay, is he only good for running up the clock? What is going to be his worth to the team moving forward? And that had me wondering, like, could this be the last season we have Gus the Bus? And I don't know if I'm the only person that's thought about it, but I was thinking about it today. I'm like, this could be, we could ultimately have Gus and JK gone next season. And I know some people are going to retort and come at me in the comments and be like, well, if JK leaves, then they got to pay Gus. What happens if they, because money has to be spread out. So what happens if they're like, look, remember, OBJ signed a 1-year deal. So what happens if they're like, look, Gus, we can't give you 3 years, $12 million again, but we can give you 2 years, 9. 3 years, 9, or 3 years, 8. Does he take that money, or does he test the free agent market and test what his value is out there amongst other teams? See, and every time that's happened with the Ravens, even if it's for less, The players have gone. They've left. They've left. The only exception to the rule has been Lamar. And I'm talking about recent memory because I know you're going to bring up Ray Lewis. You know what I'm saying? I know my history. So it's like, I was hurt by that thought today. I was sitting there, I'm like, yo, I can't picture this Ravens team without Gus. But at the same time, could we have only imagined after the season that they had in 2019 that Mark Ingram was only going to be here for 2 seasons? Like, after 2019, did anybody see Mark Ingram leaving this team after 2020? No. But odd things happen. Injuries happen. Do they go to the draft and say, hey, look, Harbaugh doesn't like rookies. So that could be a good ode to Gus, right? But we don't know if they're going to pay JK. We don't know if they're going to keep him, retain him. And that's another thing. Let's say they keep JK and they pay him a good amount of money. That definitely means they're not going to pay Gus again. Gus would have to come back on an extremely discounted price, or he's probably going to test the waters and go to another team. Look, I know some people are going to be like, so what, blah, blah, blah. I like Gus, man. Tell me in the comments section what y'all feel about Gus Edwards. He's one of my favorite players on the team, top 5, easily. And I just like him. I like his hard work. I like his mentality. I like the way he comes up big. I like the way that, he just runs tough. Like, y'all remember, what's that one commercial that used to happen in the 90s? Like a rock. Oh, like a rock. Dun, 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 dun. I forgot what truck that's for. Was it for Chevy? I think it's for Chevy. Yo, tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But when I think about that commercial, that's the mental image that comes to mind when I think about the commercial is Gus Edwards. He's the all-terrain back. He's the back that you could get the yards in the mud, the rain, the sleet, the snow. And it's not the prettiest. It's just, I'm going to punch you in your face. Now, what you going to do about it? That's his run style. And it's almost like he can, sometimes when he starts to get going, it's like people get tired of tackling him. Like, yo, man, this hurts. He seems to be tough and buff. Tough and buff. You know what I'm saying? So, this year is such a big year for the Ravens because there's so many ifs after it. People are not realizing that this is a make or break year for us. Everyone's like, well, we got Lamar signed. Yeah, of course, that's your foundation. But then you got to recognize OBJ is in a 1-year contract. Gus can be gone. JK can be gone. Are they how do they restructure and do Mark Andrews? Because he's coming up for a redo for his contract. There are what happens with Patrick Queen? Like all these questions. Adafe Owe, Bateman, like all these questions for next year. This is a make or break year. So listen, I know everybody knows the glitz and glamour. Everybody knows whose team. This is Lamar's team. It is what it is. And we know Roquan, that's his defense. Him and Williams, that's their defense. But Gus, to me, is that integral piece that just, he's going to milk the clock in a playoff game to get you that win. When you're only up 3, and you know if that quarterback gets back the ball, they can score on us or kick a field goal and put it into overtime. You know where I'm coming from? That's when you say, yo, Gus, take us home. He's that type of player. So I was just worried about it, and I'm wondering if you guys are worried about it too. And it's this year is going to be a very interesting year because there's so many subplots. So how well does Bateman bounce back from the injury? How well does OBJ bounce back from his injury? How well does J.K. Dobbins play knowing that, he's up for a contract? Is he going to be disgruntled? How well does Gus come back from his injury? How well does Adafe Owe play, after subpar seasons? How does, I forgot his other name, the other DN that was hurt last year that we took with the Achilles injury, how does he look for this upcoming year? Like there's so many storylines. But that storyline piqued my interest today. And there's another storyline I know tomorrow that I'm going to talk about that I know is going to throw a lot of people out of whack. We're going to get there tomorrow. Just wait. Y'all going to be like, what? But you'll see. My mind's a weird place, and you guys are going to see all of it. But that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. Y'all know how I feel about y'all. I love you guys. We have a lot of laughs and stuff over here, but everything that we talk about, everything we represent is based in truth and facts. Please remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment if you want to at the bottom. Just be respectful. That's all I ask when you're down there. You know, I'm big on that. And if you would like to donate to this channel, get extra access, CashApp is how we do all donations. It's located in the description of every video that we do. And so is the Patreon if you want behind-the-scenes access to this platform and extra content. If you want to help us, that's how you do it. If you want to go beyond just viewing and liking the content, you want to view, that's how you do it. And the reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because we had 2 people donate to this platform. So before we close the episode, I want to give a special thanks to Val, right, for donating $10, 10 big ones, to the Wunderkind Show. Thank you so much. That is going to go to building this platform for better content, more content, and if you haven't already seen it, I go to the extreme. So thank you so much. It means so much that you're, supporting this channel and helping out. Thank you for your time, your efforts, because that's what it takes to make even $1 in this country. And I truly do appreciate it. And I also want to thank Biz, right? Biz dropped off a $25 donation. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. People don't understand, just what it takes to put out so much content and try to give you guys the best. And you guys are amazing, helping out as much as you guys can, and how much you guys do with your likes, with your watching the content, retweeting the content, and then you also are donating to it. Thank you. It's so appreciated, and you're appreciated. Thank you, and God bless to both of you. But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.